Imagine standing face to face with an ancient Spartan warrior or an Athenian philosopher. Their eyes scan you, not with hatred, but with quiet disappointment. In their view, you represent everything they fought against: comfort, indulgence, and a mind enslaved by ease. To them, weakness wasn't just about being physically frail, it was a condition of the soul. Surrender to comfort, to the pull of your desires, and the lack of discipline. At first, you might scoff. Weak. Me. But deep down, something stirs. A truth you can't ignore. What would they see that you don't? The strength that once defined humanity, where has it gone? The Greeks knew that strength wasn't a gift. It's earned, through action, discipline, and sacrifice. If they saw your life today, they'd call it a life of softness, of ease. But they wouldn't leave you there. They wouldn't just criticize you. They would challenge you. In this video, we'll explore exactly how they'd point out your weaknesses and, more importantly, what they would tell you to do about it. Stay with me, and you'll realize that the strength to change, to become the person you were meant to be, is already inside you. You just need to unlock it. And don't just forget to subscribe and press the notification bell if you like videos like these. Your first weakness is that you fear discomfort. The Spartans embrace suffering. They wake up before dawn, step barefoot onto the frozen ground, and run for miles before their first meal. They train until their muscles scream. They sleep on the hard earth with nothing but a thin cloak. They do this not because they have to, but because they know pain is a teacher. It hardens the body, sharpens the mind, and fortifies the soul. They have a saying: sweat more in training, bleed less in war. And so they push themselves to the edge, again and again. But you avoid discomfort like the plague. You keep your home at the perfect temperature, never too hot, never too cold. You scroll through your phone, order food with a tap, and take an Uber instead of walking. You rush to grab a jacket at the first sign of a chill. The Spartans would laugh. How can someone who flinches at the smallest inconvenience handle true adversity? How will you endure real hardship if a cold breeze makes you shiver? The truth is that comfort is a cage. It makes you fragile, weak, dependent. The Spartans know this, and so they seek the opposite. They bathe in cold rivers, go hungry on purpose, and train until exhaustion. They are free because they own their suffering. And if you wish to be strong, you must do the same. Suffering is not the enemy, it is the forge. Step inside. Your second weakness is that you lack self-control. The Stoics have a word for this: akrasia, knowing what you should do but failing to do it. Socrates calls it the root of human weakness. And if you let your cravings control you, the Greeks would not see you as free. They would see you as a slave, not to a master, but to your own desires. You know the feeling. You tell yourself you'll wake up early, but you hit snooze. You promise to eat better, but you grab junk food anyway. You set a goal, but distractions pull you away. Every time you give in, you prove one thing: you are not in control. The Greeks refuse to live this way. They train themselves to go without. They fast to remind themselves that hunger is not their master. They sleep on the ground to prove they don't need comfort. They expose themselves to the cold, to pain, to hardship, not as punishment, but as proof. Proof that their will is stronger than their urges. Can you say the same, or do your impulses decide for you? Strength is not just about muscle, it's about discipline, control, the ability to tell yourself no and mean it. If you cannot resist a craving, what else will control you? Step back. Take hold of your actions. Decide who is in charge, you or your desires. The choice is always yours. Your third weakness is that you have no higher purpose. The Greeks do not drift. They wake with a goal, a reason to push forward. Every action serves a purpose, whether in pursuit of arete, honor, or the betterment of their city. A warrior sharpens his sword, not because he expects battle today, but because he must always be ready. A philosopher seeks wisdom, not for amusement, but to live rightly. A citizen works, not just for himself, but for the strength of his people. And you scroll. You consume. You seek entertainment, not challenge. Distraction, not growth. You let time slip through your fingers, hoping that meaning will find you. But the Greeks would shake their heads. This is not life. This is mere existence. They would tell you, find something worth fighting for. A purpose bigger than yourself. A mission that demands your best. Without it, you are a leaf, tossed by the wind, going wherever the world pushes you, never standing firm. Look at your life. Are you building something? Are you striving for excellence? Or are you just passing the time? The Greeks know the answer. Do you? And finally, your fourth weakness is that you complain instead of acting. The Athenians respect words, but only when backed by action. If you complain about your life, they do not pity you. They ask, what are you doing about it? To them, action is everything. If something is broken, you fix it. If you fail, you learn. If life is hard, you become harder. But today, people vent. They post their struggles online, hoping for sympathy. They blame the government, their boss, their upbringing, everything but themselves. They wait. For change. For help. For someone to rescue them. But the Greeks would shake their heads. No one is coming. If you are weak, it is because you allow it. If your life is not what you want, you have two choices: accept it or change it. No one will carry you. No one will fight your battles. Only you can do that. The Greeks know this truth. They live by it. And now, you must decide, will you keep complaining, or will you stand up and act? But the choice is yours. The Greeks have no tolerance for weakness, but they do not see it as permanent. They believe in transformation. Strength, of body, mind, and soul, is not a gift. It is earned. It is built through struggle, through discipline, through the refusal to surrender. If they saw you today, they might call you soft. They might shake their heads at your comforts, your distractions, your excuses. But they would not say you are doomed. They would say, you can change. Because weakness is not a sentence. It is a state. And states can be altered. The Spartans become warriors not by birth, but by effort. The Stoics master their emotions not by nature, but by training. The Athenians sharpen their minds not by luck, but by relentless pursuit of wisdom. They would tell you the same path is open to you. But no one can force you to walk it. That choice is yours alone. Will you embrace discomfort? Will you master your urges? Will you live with purpose? Or will you remain as you are, waiting, wishing, wasting time? The Greeks have their answer. Now, what is yours? Write in the comments. Thanks for the valuable time.